She has to claim you and actually act upon claiming you and not just trying to say she claims you. You men out here watching this video, set things off. Do not try to let women lead things, because a lot of women lead things and then it ends up you getting manipulated, getting used. You end up being in that friend zone forever. And that's what a lot of women are lacking for sure, that effort. But when it comes down to that guy, the one that she's actually into, then the lack of effort is definitely not going to be a problem. What is up, my BBossBaddies and my bad fellas? It is your girl Bosana, and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today we are gonna be talking about how to know she's actually into you. So I know it's kind of difficult to figure out if she's actually into you, because sometimes women can really lead misguiding signs and it will make you feel like, what's really going on here? And also, you know, the whole typical of, oh, I am really feeling this way about you, all that stuff that you really hear, and that's really not the case. So today I'm gonna really give you guys some real facts of how to actually know that she is into you. Okay, you guys? So you guys already know the routine. Make sure you check out my Patreon. Make sure you check out my other social media. Make sure you check out my second YouTube channel. I just dropped a video on there. So if you guys already didn't see it, make sure you go ahead and hop onto there to see it. And of course, make sure you hit me up if you need to book a consultation, need advice, need help, anything like that. Make sure you go ahead to my email and go ahead and email me. So let's go into it. We start from 5, go down to 1. So that means what? You gotta watch until the end to get the number 1 thing. Okay, so number 5 on my list for how to know she's actually not into you is changing your name on her phone. And also, if you get the whole, you got a little nickname from her. Let's start with the whole changing your name in the phone. So to know if a woman is into you, when she changes your name, and we're not talking about no, oh, that guy. We're not talking about or J or some basic stuff that basically she changed your name from your actual name. Let's say your name was Jason. She changed it to J. That's more of being disrespectful. Like, that makes no sense. Your name is Jason unless you want to go by J. So in cases where a woman does change her name to something that's so opposite of you, that's when she's definitely not into you. But we're talking about when a woman changes her name to something specific to how she feels about you, but it's a good thing, or she maybe adds a emoji to your name. So maybe even if it's something so light where it's like this, you guys know this emoji where it's like you're tight, something like that. Although sometimes it can lead to you guys being friends, just friends, even if it leads to friends with benefits or just being strictly friends. Yes, that can happen, but obviously some of this stuff does depend on you, definitely. So even if it's that case, it doesn't really matter too much. When you start getting that transition where your name does change, you have to understand that she is getting to a place of looking at you differently. And it's so important for you guys to recognize that, because if you are just somebody else in her life where she doesn't really care about you too much, or you're somebody else, for sure she's not going to change your name. For sure, you can even be left at just the number. You can be left at 226 or 519. That's my area code. Whatever your area code is, you'll be left at that, right? So make sure, well, 226 is my old area code. I moved. But yeah, so make sure you guys peep onto that. I know it's not like, let me just check your phone. Let me see, oh, did you change my name? No, it's not definitely that at all. But please, you guys, peep a lot of these signs. So maybe a time where you're around her and she's on her phone, or some girls will actually show you flat out, oh, this is your name, or what should I change your name to? That's another big sign you should make sure you notice, because if she does ask you, oh, what should I change your name to? It's definitely because she wants you to put in what you feel about her, and also that leads for her to start feeling like, okay, this is a good name that you should have, right? So you have to remember, sometimes girls don't really know how you feel. So although a lot do, there's still some that don't. You men out here watching this video, set things off. Do not try to let women lead things, because a lot of women lead things and then it ends up you getting manipulated, getting used. You end up being in that friend zone forever. So if you want to set the tone, you have to lay down those rules. So let's say if you are in that case, you definitely tell her, you better add something to my name. Straight up, you're not going to be added just to the next other Jasons that she has in her phone. So if she definitely changes your name in that phone, that means she is into you. You do mean a little bit more, even if it's not a lot, just a little bit more than the others that she has in her phone, if she happens to have a lot of people in her phone. And then just quickly moving on to the nickname, if you do get called something else than what your actual name is, definitely means that you are more valuable than somebody else, because that is still something that she sees in you to say, because of the fact that she messes you on a different level than just somebody that, oh hey, hi, or you're my friend. No, it's more than that. Might not be extremely more, but it's definitely more than that. Okay, so let's move on to the number 4. Number 4 is, it isn't regular conversations. So with number 4, that means when you have conversations with her, it's not just a hey, what's up. It's not just, oh, how's your day doing? How's your day going? It's not just, oh, okay, this is what's happening, but I'll talk to you later. No, when you have conversations with her, and let's just start off with actual conversations. Although it's quarantine, probably assuming that you guys are not actually seeing each other, but although it's quarantine, you guys talking face to face. Let's say that happens. In that case, you guys aren't gonna have a dead conversation, because you guys were just saying the basic things of, hey, how are you? All the stuff that I just said, right? It's not just regular stuff. So let's get more detailed. It's gonna be like, how's your family type of stuff. It's gonna be like, oh, did you try that thing that you said you were getting, that specific thing? For 2021, there's going to be more things that she is expecting for her to happen in that life, and she's going to talk to you about that. So it's not just her opening up about that. She's going to start opening up about her own personal life as far as the 2021 coming up. So that's goals, ambition that she has towards those, the motivation that she hopes that she has for those. So all that stuff, and then on top of that, maybe her family. You know, she's going to tell you this type of struggles that she's going through, or what she has to deal with on a daily basis. And a lot of women start doing that because they start feeling that comfort when she meets a man that she feels like she can open up to. And truthfully, you guys, you know this now probably from dealing with women, that even though men don't even want to open up, and they don't, women are at that point where they don't open up and they don't be fully honest, because that allows them to be vulnerable and be able to be more weaker to you. Because it happens where, oh, I was able to tell you this, all that, and they only do that because of how they felt about you, right? So let's go back a little bit. No woman can actually do that nowadays if they don't have that feeling towards you, where this is somebody I can trust at this level. This is somebody that I look at and say, okay, we can get somewhere. Or even if you guys are not serious, and it doesn't mean it has to be serious, because remember, even if you don't start off completely serious, it can grow. It's just about you not becoming a simp and being all about her and all that other stuff that I talk about on my channel. But it really means that when a woman can start opening up to you, you're definitely more than somebody else that she looks at and says, okay, let me just give it up to him. Or he's just another man. Or F guys, forget about every single guy out here. There's something special about you guys. So if she opens up to you, remember, please remember, there's something that's different about you than every other single guy, because there is women that will open up to every single guys, but those are the ones that are so lost. And then there's the ones that you really care about that only open up to certain guys, and it happens to be you. So recognize that 100%, okay, you guys? So let's move on to the next thing on my list, and this is number 3. Number 3 for you is asking when she's going to see you next. So when a woman is really into you, it's all about, okay, what's the next moves? What's going to happen next? You know, all of these things that it's like, I have to continue this going on because I like your vibe, I like your energy, I like the person you are. There's something about you. So that specifically means I have to see you again, right? So the woman will go ahead and initiate and go ahead and tell you, when am I going to actually see you next? Right? And you know, it's more of the guys that are more laid back and saying, oh, I'm not gonna say nothing, I'm gonna wait until she hits me up. Then you have that girl that's really into you or interested, she actually says something. Now this doesn't mean that a girl would just hit you up and say, when is the next time I'm gonna see you? This means where you're kind of having a conversation and you're just saying, oh, you're free, okay? And then she hits you with, oh, so when do you want to link? When am I gonna see you next? Something like that. So something along those lines of something continuing with you guys for the next level, as far as hanging out, chilling, getting to know each other. That's when she's actually into you, because she wants to see what's going to happen next. She has faith in it. And that's what you really have to understand. Faith in it. Either it's going to be one of these other guys, or it's going to be another man, or it's going to be a simp, or it's going to be somebody that you ended up regretting, right? So for all those things, the last thing is, are you going to pursue this and make it go somewhere? And eventually, some type of females, most females will actually get to a point of saying, okay, this is the type of guy that I do want to take it to another level. Now, it doesn't mean everything is going to work out at the end, but it definitely means that she wants it to go off. Let's say that, go off to another level. So she's going to put the effort, right? And that's what a lot of women are lacking for sure, that effort. But when it comes down to that guy, the one that she's actually into, then the lack of effort is definitely not going to be a problem. So let's move on to number 2 on my list, and this is gets jealous. So a girl that's actually into you, she will be bothered about the things that you're doing that involves other females, and also if you're investing your time way too much to something else. So that's why it's so important for you men to be so on, getting on my purpose, grinding, doing everything that's improving yourself. So all these things that you're doing, it's gonna start bothering her, because I told you since time, women love attention. So when there is no attention towards them at all, and you're going, after your dreams, following it all, and you're so invested, now these girls are sitting back and they're so jealous because, wow, I can't even get 10 seconds to just get a response back. I can't even get 30 minutes to just have a conversation with you. And that's what starts happening with a lot of these alpha males, because they're so into their time that it's too valuable for these women to even get. And that's why a lot of women deal with alpha males that are more on the, mean side, that, you're not even that important, because alpha males do really start seeing things for what it is, right? So moving forward from that, you have to remember, you have to value your own time and everything that's important to you first. It's not about somebody comes into your life, which would be that woman, and okay, you're gonna jump everything that I've been putting first. So in the meantime, you put yourself first and you keep that going no matter who comes into your life. So a lot of these women start feeling away. Now moving on, when you start talking to other girls, you start being invested into other girls, or just saying, I'm single, I'm talking to another woman, or I'm going out tonight. Obviously it's quarantine, but just generally speaking, when you're starting to do things that involve other risks of you getting that attraction to somebody else, that's when she's gonna be bothered. A woman that tells you straight up, I don't care, it is whatever, I'm not really worried. If you can't tell she's blushing, then that probably means that she's not blushing, or she's not buffing about it at all. But if you can tell that it's almost like, I can tell, like, yeah, she's really into me. But this is the ways that you can tell, if you can't tell from just the way they act, is by the way that they text you. They're constantly asking you, who are you going to see? Where are you going? Constant questions, or even 1-2 questions. They're concerned. And the concerning is the most thing that really does bring women to a point of being jealous. So please, men, remember, you do want your woman to be jealous. It's not about being almost secured all the time, because when you get a woman to be so secured, and this is not every single one, but this is way too many, right? So when your woman gets way too secured, she gets to a point of knowing exactly how things run, how things go. And if you guys are especially not at a place of being best friends, being so close, you guys are at the beginning, then that is basically escape zone. I got this figured out, I'm good, I'm out, right? So now for you men, you guys gotta have that comfort coming out of her life and bringing in that mysteriousness and saying, well, this is what I'm doing, right? And it's for a lot of women to claim you. You have to remember that. Please remember, she has to claim you and actually act upon claiming you, and not just trying to say she claims you, okay? So let's move on to the last thing on my list. I want you guys to comment down below what you guys think the last thing on my list. I feel like some men have an idea, and we don't say this a lot on our channel. I say ours because obviously you guys are part of my family. BBossArmy is an army, of course. So, and also if you haven't subscribed onto the army, go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up. But as I was saying, you guys, comment that last thing right now. Okay, so with this last thing, like I said, I haven't seen it a lot, but it's very, very important. The way you know a woman is into you is the submissiveness that she gives you. Submissiveness is so hard to get from females nowadays, because not only do women want to be independent, but there's woman power, there's feminists. Women want more power than men. And a lot of women feel like they deserve more power than men. So now a woman to submit to a man that, let's say, came from a group of women that are feminists, it's so difficult for her to do that, because it's just like, oh, I'm not being true to being a woman, or this is how women should be, or you're not just gonna be a man and be taking over my life, right? So a lot of women want this power because it's kind of been built in where women are not supposed to have the power. Back to when women are supposed to be home and men are supposed to be the providers and doing everything. So now women are taking that from back in the day, but they're still trying to take the title of still having power, feeling like they have the rights to do so much more. So it's so hard for women to submit so much because they're truly, literally invested in what they believe in. And that's all of the stuff that I just said. So to wrap all that up, basically, there's a lot of things that women feel out here that they're entitled to do, and they're still going to continue to do. So it's so hard to really find a good girl, or a girl that's really for you, or a woman that's not out there commonly, right? So it's just what it is, but there's a lot of big signs out there that will show if she is for you, okay? So I really hope this video helped you guys out, and if it did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you follow me on my social media, and make sure you check out my Patreon, and most importantly, make sure you check out my second YouTube channel. You guys will see me in my next video. Bye, you guys.